Hey guys, One Piece Nathan here today to bring you a One Piece theory video. So, in the upcoming arcs of One Piece, I believe this is obviously a must. But people were at one point speculating Zoe would be the place where Ace and Whitebeard's grave was. Now, due to the fact that Zoe appeared to be Kaido's territory at this point, and it's on the back of the 1,000-year-old turtle, I don't think that is the case. I believe Ace and Whitebeard's grave is located on Wano or on some other island, but I do believe within the next 3 or 4 arcs, Luffy will be visiting Ace's grave. Now, this is just a small theory, so let me talk about the reasons why this theory, at least the Ace visits Luffy visits Ace's grave, needs to happen. One, even though it is, in our eyes of the fandom, we know whose fault it is that Ace died. We know it's all Ace's fault because Ace was an idiot. Ace did not need to defend Whitebeard's honor. Whitebeard died for Ace. And then Akainu starts saying some stuff about Whitebeard, and Ace is like, you know what, I'm gonna throw my life away and all of these people's hard work away to fight Akainu. Just because he's making fun of Whitebeard and saying Roger was better. It's like, dude, he was baiting you. The point is that Whitebeard did so much for Ace, and Ace still attacked Akainu. So as a fandom, we know that it's Ace's fault, not Luffy. We don't blame Luffy for Ace dying, because Luffy did everything to save Ace, but he didn't even have Haki. Of course he wouldn't be able to, his body would eventually give out, and it did. And it was completely, if Ace hadn't stopped running, Luffy would never turn around. Luffy would never have knelt down, the thievery card would never have hit the ground, and Ace would never have had to take that blow for Luffy. So, we know that. So we know it's not because Luffy was stupid, it's because Ace was stupid and stopped running. If Ace had kept on running, Luffy would never have stopped and fallen to his knees, and Ace would never have needed to protect Luffy from Akainu. But in Luffy's eyes as a character, you have to realize what he saw. He saw, he went through hell. Literally. I'm pretty sure about the 4th level of Impel Down is literally called hell, right? It's literally described as hell. Because it's so hot. But Luffy went through all of this stuff. He took on all 3 admirals. He stood up to Whitebeard. He did all of this. He broke into Impel Down. He fought Hawking users. He did all of this to protect Ace, to save his brother. And look at how it ended. Luffy saved Ace, but because Luffy's body gave out, he fell and Ace had to take the hit. In Luffy's eyes, it was his fault. If his body hadn't given, Luffy thinks his thought process would be, if my body hadn't given out, Ace wouldn't have taken the blow for me. In all honesty, logically, Luffy should have died. If Ace hadn't intervened, Luffy would be the one dead right now. But he isn't. It's because Ace wanted to protect his brother. And it was a very traumatizing experience, as was proven when Luffy went insane on Amazon Lily after he woke up. He destroyed everything. I mean, he even said he wanted to die. Like, Luffy was he was insane at the moment. And you cannot tell me it wouldn't be great for a character to see Luffy at Ace's grave. Just to see him kind of like what Sabo did, like go to Ace's grave, drink some sake, put some like a sake cup in front of the grave, and just be like, I'm sorry. And then be like, I'm sorry I wasn't there. Like, we need to see Luffy talk about how he feels about Ace's death, especially because if we see that, it will also build up the tension between, in our eyes, of Luffy and Blackbeard. We'll get to see what Blackbeard put Luffy through by getting Ace captured. Also, you have to realize Sabo's already visited the grave. It wouldn't be very fair if the guy that Ace thought was dead visited his grave, but the brother that he knew was alive didn't. That wouldn't be very cool, now would it? However, you have to look at this logically. Alright? When would Luffy have time to visit Ace? Well, it would have to be on one of the major islands, because he's obviously annoyed with Yonko. So, my theory is that Aces and Whitebeard graves are most likely in Wano. The Iguana is isolated from the rest of the world. And where else could you put the graves of Whitebeard and Ace? So they wouldn't be disturbed. Where else could you put the graves? Because you have to realize Whitebeard and Ace's bodies are valuable. You really need to realize how valuable the things that these graves are. Like, Whitebeard is the son of the Pirate King. I mean, no, whoa. Ace is the son of the Pirate King, I'm sorry. Ace is the son of Goldie Roger, and Whitebeard is, well, Whitebeard. He's the only man to ever, he's Goldie Roger's rival. The only man to ever come close to him in terms of power. So I firmly believe that it's on Wano, because Wano has said that the samurai there are very powerful, right? So that means they could easily defend the graves of Whitebeard and Ace. Also, you need to take into consideration that because they're isolated from the world and not affiliated with the world government, Akainu couldn't, now that Akainu's fleet admiral, he could have just gone to the grave and been like, yeah, I don't agree with Sengoku. Sengoku is a fool. The Ace and Whitebeard don't deserve a burial. Like, he could have torn the bodies up, burned them, destroyed the graves, and be done with it. And let's be honest, Akainu hates Ace, he hates Whitebeard, he hates anything that's related to pirates. So, yeah. The point I'm trying to make is that it has to be somewhere isolated from the world. Somewhere where the government and other pirates couldn't find it. Because also, it seems like Edward Weeble is after something, and his mother, quote-unquote mother, are after something. Some kind of, I guess, something Whitebeard, they think, left behind for Edward Weeble. Which I don't think he did. Whitebeard isn't going to leave anything behind for anybody. Considering what Whitebeard's goal, his dream, was to have a family. So why would he leave behind his wife and kid? He wouldn't do that. It'd make no sense for his character. Unless maybe something happened with Roger back in the day, I really don't know. The point is that the most likely scenario is that it's on Wano, so the sheer fact that the samurai could defend it, and the world government can't touch it because the world government is an ally with, of course, the Wano country, so they can't simply go on the island because that would risk war, and Akainu, you have to realize, let's also quickly talk about what Akainu is dealing with right now. He is dealing with Blackbeard. Alright, he's dealing with Blackbeard, Shanks, Big Mom, Kaido, the 4 Emperors of the Sea. He is dealing with all of the worst generation of the supernovas. There's like 11 of them. Well, yeah, the 11 supernovas. Zoro, Luffy, Kid, Law, Bonnie, Apu, Hawkins, Capone. I probably missed a couple. I did miss a couple. It's not 11. There's a lot of people on the sea that are dangerous. The stuff with Doflamingo. The stuff with Caesar. I mean, there was all this stuff going on. He probably had to deal with the Whitebeard pirates. I mean, they're up to something. I know Marco is up to something. I don't see Marco just sitting around in the ship. No, I believe Marco's out for Marco and the Whitebeard pirates, they're out for Blackbeard's head. They want to kill Blackbeard just as much as Luffy does. Even though Luffy never openly stated, let's be honest, Luffy hates Blackbeard's guts. With every right, Blackbeard is indirectly responsible for the death of Ace. And Blackbeard himself killed Whitebeard and took his devil fruit and is indirectly responsible for Ace's death. So Marco and the Whitebeard pirates aren't going to be too happy. So they're obviously up to something. Akainu is dealing with a lot of stuff. He does not, and don't forget Dragon and the Revolutionary. He's also dealing with that. And he has to deal with trying to control the 7 warlords. I mean, and now he has to deal with his political and public image because Fujitora caused him a lot of trouble because Fujitora apologized in front of the whole world for the events of Dressrosa. He said, to quote him, I think he said, "I am very sorry that we allow this corrupted system to exist that makes it so we have to stand idly by while people die at the hands of these pirates." And while this is good for Fujitori's character, it causes that guy to do more stuff to worry about and control. He doesn't have time or the resources to go to war with Wano because it took the entire force of the Marines to stop a 72-year-old dying Whitebeard. Think about that. Imagine how much resources it takes to contain and control Kaido, Big Mom, Shanks, and Blackbeard. They probably don't even do it very well. I believe Blackbeard probably kills a couple people every day. They can't control these people. They can't. They're not powerful enough. I mean, maybe the Gorosei had CP0 do it. I don't know how they do it. I don't even think they can do it. But the Wano country is obviously, because of everything I said in the video, the best place where they could put the graves. And it'd be a great arc to do it, because this way we could get a little character development and shine for Luffy. Let's all be honest, Wano is going to be Zoro's arc. Zoro is going to own that arc. I mean, Zoro is a swordsman. The arc is about samurai. That arc is going to be the Zoro goes all out arc. That arc is going to be mostly focused around Zoro. So it'd be great if on the island, one of the major things we get with Luffy, we'll all remember for the rest of, whenever we think of One Piece for the rest of our lives, whenever we think of One Piece, we'll remember this scene about Luffy will be him at Ace grave. Also, that would be a great place to reveal if Luffy does want to go after Blackbeard. Perfect place to reveal it. Luffy could stay at Ace's grave. And this is me kind of quoting Luffy. Like, this is what I am assuming Luffy would say. Like, don't worry, Ace. I'm going to kick Blackbeard's ass for you. Like, this is Luffy. Let's be honest. He's already decided he's gonna beat he had to fight Blackbeard anyway. But I can see him talking to Ace instead and telling Ace he's gonna beat Blackbeard. I think all of this would make it very interesting, especially to take some of the shine off for Zoro. I mean, let's all be honest. Sanji's not getting shine. Sanji's not gonna get shine in One Piece. I actually have a rant video I plan on doing solely about Sanji since the time skip, because that has been disappointing as hell. I mean, what, he's won like one fight against a fifth man that is really weak. That I think he beat more easily than he beat the guy he fought in Arlong Park, whose name is so unimportant I can't remember because he was so weak. I'm just saying. Yeah, so I believe that's a problem. So yeah, we need to give other characters time to shine, and I believe that Zoro's arc will be Wano. Luffy's shining moment in Wano will be, of course, his major fight with the main villain, who I believe for once will be the second weakest. I believe Zoro is going to fight the strongest in Wano. I believe Luffy will fight the second strongest. And most of all, I believe wholeheartedly that Luffy will visit Ace grave in Wano. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my One Piece theory video. In conclusion, when we get to the Wano arc, Luffy will visit Ace's grave on Wano to give him some shining time in the arc as the main character, due to the fact that the arc is going to be Zoro-centric. Even a Sanji fan cannot deny that fact, especially considering Oda had been overhyping the hell out of Zoro since the time skip. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. But above all else, have a nice day, guys. One Piece Nation, signing out.